Okie dokie, we've got some Call of Duty 4 free-for-all gameplay on Crash. Love Crash so much. Was my favourite map in Call of Duty 4. And they took it over to Modern Warfare 2 as part of a DLC. And that was really good for me. Do you know why? Because, and this is going to sound very strange and you might not understand what I'm about to say about this, but they took the Call of Duty 4 map Crash and they put it in Modern Warfare 2. Yeah? So, what do you mean? What do you mean? Of course, you've just said that. So I don't understand the point you're trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is they took the Call of Duty 4 map Crash and put it in Modern Warfare 2. Meaning, they took the map as we saw it in Call of Duty 4 and they transferred that map identically and put it straight in Modern Warfare 2. There you go. Absolutely simple. That's what this commentary is about. It's about simplicity and about the basics. And that's what people wanted. You know, they kind of do this thing where they... I think this is what they do. They have a look at polls and they have a look at feedback from people, and sometimes they put out a little bit of a survey maybe and say, what kind of maps would you like to see back on a DLC? Because we always like to return a map and most people will vote on it. So what they did was they took the map Crash from Call of Duty 4 and they put it in Modern Warfare 2, and it was great and it worked, and I was happy to see it return because it had all of the exact same features and all of the great things that Crash had, and it was just with Modern Warfare 2 guns and gameplay aesthetics and everything else, and it was absolutely fantastic and it worked a dream. There was no, you know, as they moved on into Black Ops 2 and various other Call of Duty Ghosts and things like that, they kind of have to touch things up a little bit too much. It's like, oh, we can't have that looking so bleak. We've got to put amazing, bright, vibrant colours to blind people as they walk into a room, and let's take away the crashed helicopter and let's put a spaceship there. Just leave it basic, you know, that's what we want. We liked that map there, let's see it in a different game. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about basics. This is obviously some Call of Duty 4 gameplay. Now, I played this the other night. I really enjoyed it. I had such a good time. I mean, I think there was roughly about 579 people online. 579 people. I mean, can you believe that? That is about 25 more than Call of Duty Ghosts. No, I'm only kidding. It's about 26. So you would expect not so many people online. You're going to have a terrible online experience with your connection and everything else. In fact, it was the absolute polar opposite. The connection was not brilliant. Sometimes it would have a couple of hitchy little lag spikes thrown in there, but generally the game played very well. The hit detection was fine. The player movements weren't over exaggerated and fast and, you know, walking in a room and shoot first, die first, things like that. Everything with Call of Duty 4 was fine. And it always, this was why I keep saying over and over again, year after year, why can't they just take things back to basics, you know, instead of all these different modules of bloody whatever they are, these engines, I suppose you call them. Yeah, we're now running on this engine. It's like, fucking hell, just run on the old engine, see how that works. You know, there was a lot of people playing Call of Duty 4 at that time. Maybe it might work again, you know. And okay, if you say that things in the game are much too complicated, and I suppose next-gen consoles are going to make it a little bit more harsher, then just tweak the engine up a bit. You know, I'm not a tech expert, but I'm sure that people who are qualified in this area can make it happen and make it work. And I was kind of watching a video earlier from Thunder, and he puts a link in his description. I'll put the link to Thunder's video just in case you haven't watched it, and he will explain a little bit more. But there's a link in his description, and it leads over to the Sledgehammer website, where they're kind of talking about the few features with the exosuits and cloaking and portable bloody shields that follow your player's movements everywhere, and then a little visor drops down. And you think, oh god, you know, it's just all nerves now, you know, as things are becoming a bit more apparent. Maybe it'll just stay in single player, and that'll be a good thing, but maybe it'll move over into multiplayer and we'll be like, oh dear, those bloody portable shields. Terrible. And it always amazes me. I know that people have to, you know, these developers have to kind of rejuvenate our interest in things and make things extra special so that we go, oh, well, I was getting bored of that, but now I've got this. And that's amazing. I feel revitalized again, and my love for Call of Duty has come back. But I know for a fact that people want to go back in time. People want to go back to a World War II shooter, so I don't understand why all these extra special new features thrown in. Every time I see these videos and these revealers, and I read down in the comment section, because I want to see what the feedback is from people, everybody says the same old crap, you know. Well, most people say the same old crap. It's like, let's just go back to basics. I want a World War II shooter. You know, let's keep the play flowing. I'm not worried about having new features. I don't want portable shields that follow me around and grenades that you throw that light everybody up and show where people are standing and sitting and hiding and taking a dump, you know. I just want basic guns and good playability in a game. That's all I ask for. And it's all I ask for. Yes, things have to move on, and I guess technology has to move on. I think back to the old Terminator movie. If you remember Terminator 1, when Arnold Schwarzenegger gets involved in some accident, I think, and then he sort of checks himself into a hotel room and looks at his eye, and his eye's just completely disfigured and sort of popping out of his head. So he takes a scalpel to it, and then in the next scene it goes straight to this puppet. Like somebody's got their arm up this puppet and they're moving it in the mirror, and, you know, it's so obvious it's not Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're watching it back in the old days, back in the 80s, you were like, whoa, God, it's not Arnie, but it looks so much like him, what they can do nowadays. And yet now if you watch it with all the CGI and everything that can, you know, all the tricks they can pull up their sleeve now, you watch it and you're like, holy shit, how did I fall for this? So I get that things have to move on, but, you know, just not too much. Just try and keep it basic. Less is more. That's the thought for the day. Less is more. Apocalypse done.